There are moments in life when everything looks normal, but inside the heart feels heavy. You go through the day, you do your duties, you keep moving, yet somewhere deep within there is a quiet question. Divine Mother, will I be okay? Will you take care of me? Will you guide me? Will you stay with me when I feel alone? In that sacred place of longing, Paramahansa Yogananda gives a promise, not a poetic promise, but a living truth. He says, I know there is a law by which God directly supports that devotee who depends solely upon Him. When I hear that, my heart immediately feels softer, as if a gentle hand has touched it. A law, meaning it is not random. It is not just for a few special souls. It is a spiritual reality. And the most comforting word is this: directly. Directly supported, directly guided, directly protected, directly helped. Not only through people, not only through circumstances, but through the invisible presence of the Divine Mother, who knows every thought you don't even speak and hears every silent prayer you cry within. But then comes the tender challenge. How do we become that devotee who depends solely upon God? Yogananda says, if one lives a renunciant life sincerely, he will see how this law works. Renunciation, sincerely. Now, many people think renunciation means leaving everything behind, but the deeper meaning is inner renunciation. It means renouncing fear as your guide, renouncing anxiety as your constant companion, renouncing the habit of believing you must carry the whole weight of life alone. Because so much of our suffering is not just our problems, it is the feeling that we have no support beneath us. And the Divine Mother whispers through Yogananda's words, Child, lean on me. A sincere renunciant is not someone who escapes life. He is someone who learns to live with a new center. Not what will happen to me, but Mother, I am yours. Not how will I manage everything, but Mother, guide my steps. Not what if I lose this, but Mother, you are my real treasure. Then Yogananda says, the true renunciant knows that everything comes from God and that He is the sole support of life. Soul support. This is where devotion becomes very deep. Because we all depend on something. We depend on our job, on our plans, on relationships, on our health, on recognition. But when those supports shake even a little, our peace begins to shake with them. But the devotee slowly learns, Divine Mother, you are the support behind every support. If you give me a job, it is your hand. If you give me food, it is your love. If you give me strength, it is your power. If you give me breath, it's your mercy. And even if something is taken away, even if plans change, even if people misunderstand, the devotee learns to say with tears and trust, Mother, you have not left me. You are still here. Then comes the most tender assurance. If you live solely for God and have faith in His power, He will give you direct help. Direct help. Dear friend listening right now, have you ever reached a point where you felt, I am trying so hard, but I don't know what to do anymore? I can't see the path. I don't have the strength. That moment when the soul becomes humble is often the moment Divine Mother's help becomes closest. Sometimes she helps by changing circumstances, but often she helps in a deeper way. She gives you courage when you thought you had none, gives you calm in the middle of storm, clarity when the mind is confused. She gives you a quiet intuition, go this way. She closes a door that would have harmed you and opens another door at the exactly right time. And sometimes her help comes like a miracle you don't even recognize until later. You look back and realize, Mother, you saved me. Mother, you carried me. Mother, you were working behind the scenes. The Divine Mother asks one thing from the devotee: depend on me. Not only when everything is falling apart, but also when everything is fine. Because real devotion is not a last minute emergency call, it is daily relationship. So how do we practice this law in everyday life? Start very simply. In the morning, before you touch your phone, before you enter the world, sit for 1 minute and speak to Divine Mother. Mother, I offer you my day. I offer you my mind. I offer you my heart. I belong to you. Please guide me. And when worry arises, and it will, pause. Don't wrestle the worry. Don't punish yourself for feeling human. Just turn inward and whisper, Mother, I place this in your hands, and then breathe as if you are breathing into her presence. Because the heart cannot depend solely on God by force. It learns by sweetness. It learns by repetition. It learns by love. And slowly your inner language changes. You stop saying, I am alone, and you begin to say, Mother is with me. You stop saying, I must control everything, and you begin to say, Mother knows. You stop saying, I can't handle this, and you begin to say, Mother is my strength. This is the real renunciation Yogananda is pointing to, renouncing the false belief that you are unsupported. And when your dependence becomes real, you start noticing the signs. The right help arrives, the right idea arrives, the right timing arrives, and even when life is difficult, a quiet peace starts to grow inside you. As if Divine Mother is saying, don't be afraid, I am here. So today, if you are feeling burdened, if you are tired of being strong, if you are silently praying for a little support, take Yogananda's words as a gentle invitation. Become God dependent, Mother dependent, not as a concept, but as a living love. And say from your heart, Divine Mother, I'll do my duty sincerely, but I depend on you for everything. Be my guide, be my protection, be my peace, be my support, and then watch how the law begins to work. Not always loudly, not always instantly, but faithfully, because a child who truly clings to the Divine Mother is never left alone. She supports that devotee directly. Jai Guru.